Hey all, Rev here. And the Nintendo Switch is pretty cool, ain't it? But here's the deal though. The thing has a lot of ports. Like, a lot. Like, so many ports. And I'm here to discuss this issue and why it may potentially be bad for the console as a whole. Now, a big advantage that the Switch has at its disposal is its portability feature. The device is a home console and a portable handheld, and that's a great aspect that shouldn't be overlooked. However, I do fear that developers and publishers may be abusing this feature of the Switch. People often say, port everything to the Switch, no matter what. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I'd wager a good few things could. One thing is that ports are popping up for the system months after their initial releases. You know what other system did that same third-party support? Yeah, exactly, and that one was a major flop. And doing this exact same thing on the Switch is only slightly effective. Here's one personal example. Shantae Half Genie Hero was originally released back in 2015, and I bought it for the Wii U because that was the only console I had at the time. And unfortunately, I haven't played it much because of how it saves things, because if you save something, then your health also gets saved. So if you save right before a boss with only like half a heart, then you either have to do a perfect run of that boss, or have to do an entirely new run over. Just, why? Why would you do this? This hasn't been a feature since the Game Boy Color game, so come on guys. But that's besides the point. Because of that sole reason, I have no compulsion to buy the Switch version. And not only that, but the game came out for Wii U, PS4, PC, Xbone, and even another portable console on the same day, the PlayStation Vita, making this Switch version pretty much redundant. So there's no reason to buy the Switch version, none whatsoever. And whilst I don't have any info on whether this version sold well, I have heard from the grapevine that Switch versions for Bayo 1 and 2 haven't been selling too well. And that one just makes me more confused than anything else. I remember when Bayonetta 2 was announced for the Wii U and everyone was just complaining that it was on a different console and that they had to buy an entirely new console to get the sequel to a very, very solid game. Well guys, where are you now, huh? Where did that fighting spirit go? I mean, the Switch has a better variety of games, so... Then again, I do find it daft that they pack in Bayo 1 with the sequel. I mean, think about it. The game originally came out for the 360 and was skimped for PS3, came out for the Wii U alongside Bayo 2, and then it was also ported to Steam, and now it's on the Switch. That's a lot of versions. That's 4 different versions of the same game coming out in almost 9 years. The original game was in HD too, so it wasn't even very big graphical leaps. The only big leap that's actually worth talking about is the PC version supports 4K, which I mean, okay, sure, that's nice. But enough rambling about those other games. A lot of ports have been announced for the Switch, from first parties, third parties, and indie developers, the most overlooked of the bunch. Now, some of these games did deserve ports, such as Hyrule Warriors and Pokken Tournament, but others, not so much. I mean, Mario Kart 8 was literally the best-selling game of its original console, so did we really need to port it? I was thinking we'd get something like a new installment instead, but no, it's just the same game, but ported to the Switch. But whatever, I'm sure it did sell well, so what do I know? And Captain Toad? Really? I seriously thought no one cared about this game, and it's somehow getting a port? What, did it sell well? Was it that big of a success? And hey, I don't care what you say, Odyssey levels isn't enough to convince people who already own the game to buy it again. That's also a major thing too. A lot of these ports have to entice people who already own these games with more features. I mean, portability is nice, but I think we need a little more. Again, with Shantae, there's really no incentive to buy the Switch version since it offers the same experience every other platform already does. And other games, especially indie games, may suffer because of this. There needs to be a better reason to play these games than portable, especially since some of these games are already portable, such as Retro City Rampage, which, okay, it may look cleaner on Switch, but I doubt it would make all the difference. And boy, let me tell ya, there are a lot of Switch ports, with some games being some that I've never even heard of, and I could probably bet their Switch counterparts don't pack any extra content. I mean, if id Software isn't going to do that, then how am I supposed to trust an indie developer with doing that? Now, this isn't to say that ports aren't good for the Switch, or that we shouldn't be porting any new games. I just think that some games deserve it better from both a practical and business standpoint. Such examples include Jet Set Radio Future, The Wonderful 101, and the Burnout games. I mean, these games were either limited to being released on only one console, or were stuck in the 5th generation of consoles with no legitimate HD capabilities, except for Burnout Paradise and Revenge and also Wonderful 101. These games would be amazing for the handheld, since that could introduce these games to a new audience, and I still don't know why Burnout Paradise Remastered wasn't for the Switch. It just seemed natural, to be honest, but I mean, it's EA, what am I supposed to expect? I think that there should just be more games being released on the Switch on the same day or nearly the same day as the other platforms. It only seems fair, really. If I found out that a game was coming out and was also having a portable version for the Switch, then I would definitely buy the Switch version, because I do firmly believe that portability will trump performance. However, as I've shown in this video, I do believe there is a limit. But hey, I mean, this is just my own speculation and thoughts. Speaking of which, tell me what you guys think about Switch ports as well in the comment section below, and even what games coming out for the Switch that you're excited for, including ports. And if you say Smash, I will cut your nuts off. This is Rev of the Rev 22360 show signing out. Have a good day.